This, ladies and gentlemen, is for all the marbles. We returned, FutureShock has returned to the heart of Manchester with an absolutely huge main event. Sam Bailey was voted for by the FutureShock Faithful in an online poll. The FutureShock Faithful picked him to come to 53-2 tonight to become the #1 contender for this evening and to take on Zack Gibson, Liverpool's #1, perhaps British Wrestling's #1, and to hopefully take home the FutureShock Wrestling Championship. And it is a clash of absolute historic champions here tonight.
And his opponent.
Zack Gibson is your FutureShock Wrestling champion. After retaining the title against Rampage Brown in Uproar 92, he walked out on FutureShock. He walked out. He took the title and he went home. He missed our show in Blackburn Accrington. He missed that to negotiate a better contract, to negotiate his position with management, and he said he would refuse to return. But Zack Gibson is contractually obligated to come here tonight and defend that title. If he refuses, if he didn't show up tonight, he was threatened with being stripped of the title he holds right around his waist there. It's your title, you are the champion. But make no mistake about it, he is only here tonight because FutureShock management threatened to take the belt away from him. And the FutureShock Faithful are receiving Zack Gibson in the way they always do. This man has no supporters in the Faithful tonight.
The following contest is set for the FutureShock Championship. Introducing first in the corner to my right, hailing from Bailey Street in Manchester, here's the very best Sam Bailey! And his opponent in the corner.
Sam Bailey has zero intimidation whatsoever.
And I think that's why, because every man here in the FutureShock crowd is right behind Sam Bailey.
Some of the women too.
Hailing from Liverpool, here's the
And it looks like Zack Gibson is going to treat us all with another soliloquy.
soon to be recognised as the UK's challenger after challenger, and I have beaten them all.
Can we have
As I was saying, I have beaten them all. I have beaten everyone. So, now that there's no real top contenders, they let you absolute dweebs pick my next challenger. A man who has done absolutely nothing to deserve this title shot. Sam Bailey. You are a good little wrestler. You're alright. He's a good little opening act. He's a good hand, isn't he? He's a good hand to have on your show. But Sam, you are nowhere near my level. You are nowhere near the level of Liverpool's number one, soon to be recognised as the world's number one. And Sam, I don't care how many of these horrible little manx want to cheer your name, or how many members of your family you wanted to bring along, because at the end of the day, lad, the story remains the same. You versus me, and I am going to drop you on the deck, wrap your arm around your head, lock the Shankly gates, and Sam Bailey, Manchester's own, you will tap out to Liverpool's number one, Zack Gibson.
Well, Zack Gibson doing for the FutureShock Faithful what he always does here, getting them firmly on his side, of course. But this, I've got to say, is an absolute dream match. If there are two men in FutureShock Wrestling that can lay claim to being the greatest FutureShock champion of all time, it's these two men. It is Zack Gibson, the only three-time FutureShock Wrestling champion in history, and it is Sam Bailey, the longest reigning FutureShock champion ever. He held that title for 554 days. Sam Bailey held that title for roughly just as long in one reign as Zack Gibson has managed in all three of his reigns. And during that long, long time, he turned back challenger after challenger, opponent after opponent. Two men with perhaps the biggest accolades in FutureShock Wrestling history, and tonight we get to see who the very best is. And from the early going, it looks like Zack Gibson has taken control.
Zack Gibson, as you would expect, working that arm. Everything with Zack Gibson is working towards that end goal. He knows his strategy, he knows his plan. He knows that all he has to do is wear that limb down to the point when he can simply win by locking in the Shankly gates.
But it's not a small matter when you're in there with Sam Bailey. He's absolutely one of the very best. You see there using the ring ropes to push himself off, to flip out, to escape the wrist lock and the arm lock.
The impact of Sam Bailey on FutureShock Wrestling cannot be understated. This is a man who not only is a former FutureShock champion, not only has been one of its leading lights for 10 years? 10 years nearly. But he is also responsible for training many of FutureShock's best graduates over that period of time. Without Sam Bailey, there is no FutureShock, because Sam Bailey is FutureShock.
And amongst many of the faithful that I've been speaking to, that I've been seeing them comment on social media, the FutureShock faithful are are really desperate for Sam Bailey to bring that title home. They wanted to bring it home and away from Zack Gibson, because who knows? In the faithful's eyes, Zack Gibson walked out on FutureShock a few months ago. He could walk out again tomorrow. He could walk out again in a week. But with Sam Bailey, if he takes that belt home, then according to social media and the faithful that I've spoken to, that's bringing the title back to where it wants to be, safe and secure and on good, firm shoulders. Bailey building a head of steam, but Gibson back on those arms, backslide into the pin, but he immediately segues out of that and grabs he knew he wasn't going to get a 3 count from that, so he took the time to grab the legs from Bailey, and that is classic Sam Bailey. Is Gibson going to be sucking in? Yes. Woo. Bailey just caught the side of his face up, springboards right over, gets the waist lock. Gibson into the corner, rolls him through. Gibson rolling Bailey up. No, Bailey, but he's going for it. He's going for the Shankly Gates. He's moving the arm back. God, I was so close. Sam Bailey just banished the door of that. Dodged the Shankly Gates with a crossbody into the cover. Gibson was moving that arm behind the head into position for the Shankly Gates. If he got that even this early, it would be over.
Yep. Now two
attack in the corner. Oh, and driving the face down onto the knee. Oh, but Gibson knew what was coming there. He could sense that springboard bulldog in the corner, and he just got to the outside, rolled himself out and escaped. But that is perhaps the one difference. No, Sam Bailey has a super kick that could end it in a heartbeat. But equally, Zack Gibson, if he got the Shankly Gates on, as we said, even this early, you've got to imagine everyone taps out to the Shankly Gates. So even with little impact of wearing down, with only a few minutes gone in the match, if he locked it onto Sam Bailey right now, you've got to imagine the match would be over just as quickly as it would with a super kick.
Now, don't get me wrong, if you get kicked in the head with a super kick, you'll lose the match. But if you get locked in the Shankly Gates, you could lose your arm.
Absolutely. We saw when we had Joe Vega earlier in the show, it was a torn ACL hamstring injury, kept him out for 2 years. If the Shankly Gates is locked on, the ripping and tearing on the tendons and the ligaments, the damage done if you don't submit, again, could you put you on the shelf? Could stop you from earning for 1 year, 2 years? Who knows how long the damage could be irreparable. That's why everyone taps out. The pain is just, and I mean, I'm sat next to a man who has felt the Shankly Gates live and in person. I believe it was your debut match for FutureShock Wrestling.
Yes, I decided to accept an open challenge from Zack Gibson, one of my less wise ideas. But look at Sam Bailey now.
Gibson, is he going to be? Gibson could suck it in now. Sam Bailey.
Maybe I should have done that.
Straight a flurry of blows from Sam Bailey. And the champion is rocked here as the FutureShock Faithful firmly behind Manchester's own Sam Bailey. Shoots Gibson. No. Gibson controls the arm, gets it back.
Oh!
And here's something that gets forgotten about.
And
in all the controversy that surrounds Zack Gibson wherever he goes, what people forget is that behind the dirty tactics, behind the controversy, behind walking out, Zack Gibson is one of the most technically gifted and adept wrestlers in Britain today.
The man has created his own opportunities, twisting and contorting the body of Sam Bailey, dropping him on his arm, wrenching the shoulder out of the joint, but then running him into the steel ring post. I mean, that'll rip your shoulder right open.
Absolutely.
Horrible move.
And the damage done at this early stage to Sam Bailey's arm cannot be underestimated. From this point on, it's almost like Gibson doesn't need to wear the arm down anymore, because he's just really opened it up for the Shankly Gates in one brutal move.
We're up to 9. Just so close.
And you can hear the relief. Oh, a single foot drop kick right to the face of Sam Bailey. Bailey wasn't even back on his feet from rolling into the ring.
And
Gibson sends him hurling to the outside. There's no padding on the outside here. It's hard tiled floors. Gibson grabbing Bailey by the ears and lighting him up with that forearm. Tripping over the camera wires here at ringside. Gibson is stalking Sam Bailey. Another strong forearm to the side of the head. That'll discombobulate her as much as it does wreck your jaw.
Heard that crack echo through this building. It was horrible.
And another
and
forearm.
again.
And Sam Bailey collapses. He is collapsed against the turnbuckle post on the outside. It's the only thing holding him up. Oh, what a shot. Again, another horrible strike that resounds throughout the 53-2 here. And another one. A deep shot. The impact already visible on Sam Bailey's chest as Zack Gibson props him up for another. No!
He moved!
Hits the ring post! Sam Bailey saw that one coming. He ducked, and Zack Gibson just struck that hard steel post. He may have shattered his hand for all we know. And now it's Sam Bailey with some receipts for Zack Gibson, firing up the FutureShock Faithful.
Zack Gibson can't even properly protect his face. He's clutching his wounded hand.
He's signaling now. He's saying the arm is hurt. And he goes single leg takedown. And that looked like a falling clothesline somehow on the floor there. That the length of Gibson's strong arm coming down across the throat of Sam Bailey. And maybe Gibson's hand isn't as damaged as we thought. Wrist lock up and over suplex. That's your whole weight being lifted and supported by your already damaged arm.
That's just it. It's not just the impact from the suplex. The whole momentum of the lift puts all of the strain, all of your own body weight right on your shoulder joint.
Pulling the ligaments, straining them, overextending them. Gibson's working on that arm again. An arm that went colliding and crashing into the ring post. He's got it up.
Oh, look at the way Bailey's arm's bending.
The human body is not meant to do this, and it's that stomps right on the shoulder, right between the shoulder and the elbow. Zack Gibson stomping down with all his strength and all his weight. Gibson is in for a long, hard night in Manchester. Sam Bailey trying to grab the ropes to break the hold and get some leverage, but it doesn't work out for him, and Gibson just floors him with that clothesline. Just short arms him right in and sent him hurtling to the canvas. Gibson stalking his prey now, standing over him, full of confidence. Disrespecting Sam Bailey with those shots to the head. Bailey isn't going to stand for being disrespected by Zack Gibson. European uppercut that just rocks Bailey. Just snapmares him over. Arm and shoulder right between the shoulder blades of Bailey, and what's he got locked on him now? You're in a better position than me. He's twisting the head and neck. Chin lock there.
Chin lock, but also putting pressure on that arm as well. You see, he's unrelenting on that limb.
He's not letting
twisting
it go.
Every opportunity.
Combining two holds there to not only take some of the oxygen away from Sam Bailey's ability to breathe, but also working on that arm, as we said, twisting it out. Bailey throws some elbows. No, he can't escape the hold. But can he? What a look! A jawbreaker on the side of the jaw from Sam Bailey, creating some space. Catches the
again, back to the arm.
Enziguri like kick to the elbow, but Gibson catches him with a flatliner. Both men are down now. The Faithful trying to get behind Sam Bailey, trying to will him and spirit him to his feet, trying to get him to dig down deep, find that extra reserve.
He's getting up, but he's clutching that arm to his side. Can you imagine the pain travelling down from his shoulder right down to the tips of your fingers? It's like pins and needles. And he can't defend himself from the punches.
Or he can throw one right back to the champion's head. Gibson is working with one damaged hand, Bailey with one wrecked arm. Two hands right to the side of their head. Looked like it discombobulated Sam Bailey. And Zack Gibson grabbing him by the ears and just punching, laying with those forearms and the near elbow. One of the hardest part of their arm to the head. Gibson with some, Bailey, sorry, with some receipts for Gibson. Catches the arm and throws him face first to the mat. Gibson taking it.
Oh!
Sam Bailey building a head of steam and momentum here. And for the first time in this match, Zack Gibson looks like he is completely rocked. That near fall really taken a lot out of him. Bailey's got the head. Thought we were going to see the Sam dunk there, but double chop strike took him down on that clothesline. Almost turned Sam Bailey inside out with that clothesline.
Oh, I thought that was it.
I thought that was it as well. Zack Gibson nearly won this match from a hard-striking clothesline. That's how much has been taken out of Sam Bailey in this match.
When Sam Bailey just came off the rope, Zack's caught him with some sort of double thrust to the throat. I mean, that'll take the wind right out of your body.
That's a particular favourite of Zack Gibson, that sort of that double arm throat chop thrust.
Lunge, yeah. Now Bailey clawing for breath.
As Gibson stalks his prey, standing over him in the ideal position for the Shankly Gates. Gibson's got to get up to his feet. There it is. There it is. Getting that better leverage and positioning. The go behind waist lock. But Gibson throwing an elbow. Bailey throwing one of his own. Can he break that arms of Gibson yet?
Oh!
And that has got to be it.
Sam Bailey
taking the title home.
Oh! The barest of kickouts.
Springboard stunner out of the corner. And it looked like Zack Gibson, his reign could have been over. And at this point, Zack Gibson has got to be regretting the way he taunted and mocked Sam Bailey at the start of this. Zack Gibson saying that Sam Bailey was a good opening act, and he's nearly lost the title to him twice in this encounter. A hip attack in the corner, grabs the head. No. Gibson had that scouted. Oh, ticket to ride. And Bailey could be absolutely done now.
Bailey a dead weight there.
Locks the wrists, the arms there. Bailey kicks out. Bailey kicks out.
That is a desperation kick out if ever I saw one.
Stunning cover from Zack Gibson. Had his wrists locked around him, but here we go. He's going to apply it. The Shankly Gates. He's got the Shankly Gates in here in the centre of the ring.
Sam Bailey desperately butcher hooking his fingers. That way he can't have that arm dragged behind him.
Bailey's got to the ropes. And Gibson knows he's got to back off here. Bailey caught in the break and grabbing that bottom rope.
I've warned you.
Gibson yelling at Bailey. He warned him. An elbow, a forearm, an elbow, just decimating Sam Bailey here, wearing him down. He's in perfect key position. He's got a fisherman's hook on the leg. Oh, muscles him to the air, but Sam Bailey dropped down from behind, hip attack in the corner. The knees right to the face. Oh, had that one scouted, that corner.
Oh, he's got it! He's got it!
Shankly Gates, and this is it.
He's got it in.
Shankly Gates in the middle of the ring.
Look at Bailey's arm. It's being wrenched down his spine.
It's the arm that got collided into the steel ring post. The arm that got kicked and brutalised and walked down, and Sam Bailey grabbing the referee's arm for some sort of support, help and leverage.
No one will hold it against Sam if he taps from that. But he's up. He's trying to struggle back to his feet.
He's managed to raise his torso off, and he's got to the ropes. He's got to the ropes.
What a display!
Didn't break the hold, but he managed to get to the ropes. Cause that break, cause that separation, and he may well have saved his arm. May well have saved the match. But Sam Bailey is absolutely exhausted. He is absolutely exhausted here. And Zack Gibson on the outside, dragging the arm right into the corner, into the steel, unforgiving steel of the the ring post. Oh! Wraps Sam Bailey's arm around that metal post.
Oh, one of those times I wish we hadn't had such a good view of that. That was
separated-
horrible. Oh, not again.
Could have separated a shoulder there. And now he's working on he's trying to open the palm up, and he is bending, twisting, grinding. Oh! One more time around that ring post. And Sam Bailey's arm has got to be completely destroyed here. Zack Gibson, unrelenting, merciless, a vicious attack on a man coming for his title. And Zack Gibson points down to Sam Bailey as if to say, you voted for this, to the faithful. You voted for this. And now he's daring him to get up, tapping the shoulder, telling him how injured it is. He's inviting Sam Bailey to take a free shot.
Oh!
And he just floors Sam Bailey with that forearm. But Bailey is giving it his absolute all here. His absolute all, but this unrelenting, merciless attack from the FutureShock Wrestling champion. This taken everything from Sam Bailey.
This is the type of man Sam Bailey is. He keeps getting up.
He slaps him in the chest.
Oh! He might not be able to win, but he keeps getting up. You cannot kick the fight out of this man. You can break his arm, but he will not quit.
He's going to give him one more free shot, but every free shot he takes, Gibson puts him down with that strong forearm.
He couldn't even stand.
He couldn't get his arm up to defend himself. This is getting hard to watch. Europe. Oh! And a backhand palm strike. And
Boulder! He got it!
Sam Dunk in the corner. Hook both legs.
One,
He's on the leg.
two,
Here it is. He's got it.
Did he get it? Did he get it?
Sam Bailey.
His leg.
Sam
His leg.
Bailey is pinned.
Drops
Zack
his leg.
Gibson. What?
His leg!
Sam Bailey is.
Look at the ref! The ref is saying he's got his leg up on the bottom rope. Zack Gibson, I think, had his leg on the bottom rope.
You are kidding me! Sam Bailey just pinned Zack Gibson. Sam Bailey put him down, pinned his shoulders, and it was a 3 count.
And that is why
The referee counted 3.
That is
the
why
bell was wrong.
Zack Gibson is the champion, because he is smart enough to spot that. He spotted his ring positioning and he managed to get his leg out, breaking the cover. Just.
And the faithful here in absolute shock.
But they thought Bailey had done it. They thought we had a new
all
FutureShock
thought Bailey had
champion.
done it. He had done it. He pinned him.
Sam Bailey has done everything in this match. He's used up reserves that I don't think he even knew he had. He stood up when I didn't think he could stand.
He's got the leg hooked with the cradle.
Oh.
Zack Gibson isn't dead yet. But neither is Sam Bailey. Both men now exhausted. Both men hurt. Both men fighting from under. Gibson with his feet on the ropes. Thankfully that time the referee saw the
Spotted
feet
by the
on
ref.
the ropes. Ring awareness from the absolute mastermind, the general.
Oh, you can't do that.
Getting physical, and they roll up. Sam with the cover. 2.
Oh.
Wild strike misses from Gibson, but Bailey connects. Another miss, and Bailey is in charge here. Just narrowly avoided hit.
Oh, that was low.
A kick so low. Absolutely
Oh.
helter skelter from Zack Gibson. And a tight cover.
And that's 3.
Heartbreaking.
And still, FutureShock champion, Zack Gibson.
That was absolutely heartbreaking for every single person in 53-2 to watch. Heartbreaking for Sam Bailey. Sam Bailey pinned Zack Gibson's shoulders to the mat. He had the 3 count counted. The bell was wrong. Sam Bailey had all but won the FutureShock Wrestling Championship. But yet again, Zack Gibson manages to claw his way out.
What's that?
Oh my word! He's cashing it! He's actually but James Drake
Has it been activated though?
attacking him from behind. He handed the trophy over, but James Drake with this surprise assault from behind, this new merciless attack on Ashton Smith. He handed the trophy over to Chris Brocker, but whether he activated his privilege, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like there's no referee in the ring.
There's no referee, there was no bell.
Oh, just into that clothesline and knocked Ashton Smith right off his feet. Drake and Gibson doing a number on Ashton Smith yet again. Setting him up for yet another Mr. Mayhem. No!
Oh!
And Ashton Smith takes James Drake up and over for the long hard drop, and Sam Bailey's here now. Oh, and a high hip attack. Nap time!
Oh!
Go to sleep, and James Drake gets wiped out, and Ashton Smith is holding the FutureShock Wrestling Championship belt. Zack Gibson has beaten a hasty retreat, leaving his belt behind for Ashton Smith to lift high in the air. Is this a glimpse of things to come? Is this the future of 2017 for the FutureShock Wrestling Champion?